Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of SpongeBob Now. Today, I will be talking about Ghoul Fools. Let's get started, shall we? The episode opens up with SpongeBob and Patrick in jellyfish fields lying on the ground watching the clouds, imagining what they look like. They're having a relaxing time until they see a haunted houseboat fly by, leaving a trail of night sky in its wake before crashing to the ground near them. Patrick thinks it's a haunted house amusement park attraction while SpongeBob says that it looks genuinely scary. Patrick decides to check it out and SpongeBob goes with him. They climb aboard and head inside, and Patrick thinks the boat is lame, but SpongeBob takes its ominous nature seriously. They pass by paintings of skeletons while one appears to be a still life of a vase holding flowers. SpongeBob takes a liking to this one until the flowers turn into snakes and jump out of the painting and into his pores. He runs panicking while Patrick barely even notices him until he returns to the picture frame and the snakes return to their place in the painting. They reform back into flowers, leaving SpongeBob terrified. He rejoins Patrick, who finds a fake spider hanging from one of the lights. Patrick still believes there's nothing scary about this place and goes on to explain that something like a big hairy hand popping out of a closet would be scary. He doesn't even notice when SpongeBob is snatched up by a big hairy hand just like Patrick was hoping for. He has a nightmarish time in the closet he's dragged into and the hand places him right back where it got him next to Patrick, leaving him traumatized, but nonetheless agreeing that Patrick's idea sounds cool. Suddenly, they hear ominous music coming from the next room and see a ghost playing the pipe organ. The ghost is Lord Poltergeist, who Patrick believes is just another one of the special effects designed to keep up the illusion of a fake haunted house attraction. After evaluating the authenticity, Patrick ultimately comes to the conclusion that the two of them are inside a pizza joint with an animatronic music band. Lord Poltergeist has no patience for Patrick's ridiculous conclusions until Patrick asks him to sing a song for them. To that end, Lord Poltergeist says that he will sing a sea shanty to make SpongeBob and Patrick believe he is a real ghost. At the end of the song, Poltergeist asks if they believe now. SpongeBob does, but all Patrick does is demand pizza, so Lord Poltergeist gives him pizza that has anchovies on it, which scares them out of their wits. This causes them to bow down repeatedly and acknowledge him as a real ghost, even causing a scared Patrick to be willing to sacrifice SpongeBob to save himself while the unamused Lord Poltergeist sarcastically remarks, "Ah, great friend you have here." SpongeBob then asks what brings Lord Poltergeist to Bikini Bottom, and he explains that they were just passing through when their engine blew a head gasket. The only way the houseboat is getting airborne again is with a new one, so Lord Poltergeist tasks SpongeBob and Patrick with getting it for them. As an incentive to make them return, he takes their souls as deposit and puts them in glass bottles, then gives SpongeBob a golden doubloon to buy a new head gasket. However, he warns them that if they do not return with a new head gasket in 24 hours, their souls will be his and the two of them will be turned into ghosts to be part of his ghastly crew for all eternity. SpongeBob and Patrick run to the Krusty Krab and tell the customers about the ghosts, though their freaked out behavior causes the customers to flee. Mr. Krabs orders SpongeBob to calm down, as he wants to know what is with the chaos. SpongeBob calms down and tells Mr. Krabs about how Lord Poltergeist stole their souls and gave them a doubloon to buy a head gasket. Mr. Krabs takes the doubloon and, after seeing it is real, he takes a head gasket from a boat that is outside the Krusty Krab, to the owner's ire. Mr. Krabs forces Squidward to come along with them after promising him a break room if he does come along and steal the ghost's treasure. Sandy then appears with ghost equipment, claiming she was looking for milkshake gremlins and wants to catch some ghosts. The five go back to the boat where Lord Poltergeist was seen. Mr. Krabs steals the doubloons and hands bags of them to Squidward and Patrick. Mr. Krabs then sees a doubloon that is stuck to the bottom of the chest. He tries to pull it out, but ends up setting off a trap which causes Lord Poltergeist to appear. SpongeBob gives him the replacement head gasket and the Lord returns the souls of SpongeBob and Patrick just as he agreed on. However, when he does, he reveals that what he had in the bottles were just old orange sodas instead of their souls and reveals that he never took their souls in the first place, revealing his ultimatum to just be a cruel trick to make the two of them complete their task in a timely manner, which they did. He sucks Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and Patrick, who are trying to escape with the gold, into a void, and shows them their greatest fears. First, Mr. Krabs has to use the restroom and finds a portable bathroom, but to use it, he must pay 1 doubloon and he screams at the thought of spending his loot. Next, Patrick wishes for a donut and then a talking one comes up on his head that Patrick annoys and the donut yells at him to pick something already. Patrick wishes for a donut with sprinkles, then chocolate, then a bagel, then a stack of pancakes, then a Krabby Patty, until he decides to go back to a plain donut, causing the donut to scream at the fact that it must deal with Patrick for eternity, as the starfish is oblivious to the fact that he had outsmarted his worst nightmare, something Lord Poltergeist intended to be impossible. Finally, Squidward encounters a giant SpongeBob, which makes him scream. Sandy sucks the 3 back into her ghost hunting equipment. Then, Mr. Krabs and Lord Poltergeist fight for the chest of doubloons. They fling it into the air and SpongeBob catches it and sees a property of the Flying Dutchman stamp at the bottom of the chest followed by a phone number, so he proceeds to call him. The Flying Dutchman comes by to reclaim his doubloons but ends up being tricked by Lord Poltergeist that they were looking for him to give him back the gold. Lord Poltergeist runs away until the boat breaks down. Finally, the Flying Dutchman declares he will curse them like they've never been cursed before and turns into a torpedo that makes a huge void that sucks everyone inside. As the episode finishes with the Krusty Krab, now called the Cursed Crab, in the void with new workers and customers, SpongeBob tells everyone to hold on to something. He tells giant demonic SpongeBob from the void to flip the restaurant. He does so, and then as his face turns into the Flying Dutchman's, he laughs evilly. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Goodbye everyone.